The pillows are fluff thanks to Miss Emily. The couch is wide enough, join the family. It's all love while we laugh at Bert's criminalities. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup at hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Oh, please, the puppies need me. Ooh, oh, please, my body is rejecting none of that fancy credential stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup and hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Oh, please, the puppies need me. Oh, please, my body is rejecting none of that fancy credentialed stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup that hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough.
Hello, Sofa Squad. How is everybody doing? I hope y'all are doing well. If you could, drop a number 1 in the comment section just so that I know you're here and listening. Thank you, Trax. Hello, Emily, and hello, Ginger. Thanks for being here and holding the sofa down. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Miss Jen. Hey, Sweets. Hey, Shayna. How are you doing? Hey, Melody. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Nani. Hey, Elle. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you. This is Forever and Crystal and Cece and everybody in the chat. I hope it is all going wonderful. So I wanted to go over a few updates today. You saw the things, maybe a couple extra ones or whatever. Hold on, let me get this. So that's what we're gonna do today. And we'll just kind of do that and hang out and talk and whatnot. I was sitting here and I was like, I bet a lot of people are already headed out on like vacation and Christmas break and all this stuff or whatever. So I hope everybody's like, safe. And if you're traveling, safe traveling and all that stuff and ready for next week. So a couple of things. First of all, let's talk about real quick Brian Walsh and just get that out of the way because I can just kind of like freelance, if you will, that like freestyle it or whatever. So we saw him last week. He got sentenced and he was found guilty, the whole 9 yards, whatever. And he got the top sentence. So he got the 19 years, and I'm kind of rounding some of these numbers up. Life without parole, stacked with 19 years, stacked with basically 3 years. And I felt that the judge was very just eloquent in what she said, what she did. She didn't do anything that I think would jeopardize any kind of like an appeal or anything like that. I basically feel like we knew what she thought of him. I feel like he was slightly surprised or slightly like maybe not surprised is the right word, but like ego bruised or whatever. Now, what's also been interesting is like literally like, because for whatever reason, this trial seemed like a lot of people forgot about it because it's been so many years or whatever. But this is one of those where I literally could talk to people who, like, when I say follow true crime, but like not like we do. So you know how some people follow true crime, but when they say they do, they're like, yeah, I mean, like, have you heard the Green River Killer? And let's say like really popular documentary style, I hate to use the word classic, because they're dealing with real people's lives, but you know what I'm saying? Like these very classic real life boogeyman type cases, right? That we know Charles Manson, Green River Killer, Zodiac, like this or whatever. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, even those people, like when you mention like, oh yeah, the text messages from Brian Walsh, they know what you're talking about, at least in my peripheral. And so people are like, oh yeah, I saw something on that. And I'm just like, oh, this dude, like so what I'm getting at is he broke outside of the true crime bubble we live in to some degree, at least in my world. And people have seen the level of stupidity, right? Where they're just like, yeah, this one's all sorts of special. And I love that for him, right? So yeah, Trek says Susan Smith is the closest some people get. Exactly, right? Like you can kind of tell, like when you talk about, and I used to be that way too. I was telling somebody today talking about the channel and how it started, whatever. And I was like, yeah, you follow documentaries and all this type of stuff. And I didn't know that this world where we kind of hang out in was as big on YouTube as it was or was here until really I started my channel. And I just remember looking around. I was like, what's this Chris Watts? Chris Watts was the first thing. I was like, what's this Chris Watts case? Because a lot of times if you're not in this bubble, you're not aware of all the cases going on. So of course, something like this. Hey, Chrissy, I hope you're doing well. You're not going to know about it. So anyways, but so yeah, Brian got that. I'm sure we'll hear more from him in 2 levels. I'm sure we're going to say, hey, Montana, I'm sure we're going to number one, see he'll do his standard like appeal stuff, whatever, like everybody else does. But then I also expect idiocy from him, right? Like the whole thing about like he got stabbed, which I'm still not too far removed from thinking that he asked somebody to do that for him. But just dumb stuff. You know what I mean? Like, he got an escape charge. What happened? They were transported to jail and he fell out of the bus. What? Like something so next level stupid because I just feel like that's who he is. And it's just finally caught up with him. And I think that's the kind of stuff we're going to hear from him. And it should be the only stuff we ever hear from him, right? Because I mean, come on. Now, the sad part of it is at a certain point, I would love to know. And I mean, I'm not saying that in a way of like I respect the way that this was done or whatever. I would love to have known what the kids victim impact statement said. Like I would love to know, right? And of course we never will, and nor should we. That's so nothing that needs to be out there to the public. But the nosy part of me would love to know, of course. I'm gonna mute you for a second while I drink some coffee. Okay, now let me go over a couple of things here real quick. The very last thing we're going to do, y'all, is we're going to do JP Miller so that we can watch the video of him roll around on the grass. So just so you know, we're going to use that as our palate cleanser to like leave into the holiday week because we need like to laugh at his expense. Okay, we need that in our lives, right? I pulled it up and I saw it. I was like, I can't with this man. I love every bit of this for him. Okay, let me see what I wanted to go over here first. Courtney Clinton, we're going to talk about her too. I didn't have her on the thumbnail. That's JP. Let's talk about Sarah Grace because this one I'm very curious to see what's going to happen. Okay, let me pull the article up real quick. So Sarah Grace Patrick, again, this is kind of one of those that's been not under the radar, but it's a very recent situation. And so I'm kind of like, okay, now this is Carroll County. And this was the young lady who killed her parents and then basically immediately, well, let me rephrase. This is the young lady who has been alleged to have killed her parents. She has not gone to trial yet. From my understanding is that there is a lot of evidence against her. She immediately ran to TikTokers and people like this, was like, this case is going to be big. You should talk about it. And well, her sister was in the house too. And again, the layout of the house is in such a way, this was not like a huge home or whatever. So the sister heard the gunshot. She didn't. I mean, it's Sarah Grace didn't, and she was close to the room. So it's like, girl, right? But she immediately was like looking for clout. She did super cringy / creepy / evil, like give me attention for, I don't even know what you would call it, for my parents being killed. And oh my gosh. And it's like, she did that? Well, she allegedly did this, and she's been doing this the whole time. It's insane. So they're ready for trial, apparently, right? In a couple of weeks. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you what my thought process is. So I'm going to read the article. This is by Fox 5, and this is by Joyce Lupiani, published December 16th. So, several days, this is about a week old. Okay, so it says a Carroll County judge set a January 5th trial date. So this is right around the corner for Sarah Grace Patrick, who is charged as an adult in the shooting deaths of her mom and stepdad. What we know, it says, during a court hearing Tuesday, this is interesting, both prosecutors and defense attorneys told the judge they are prepared to move forward with the trial. However, here's my thing with one key caveat. Defense attorneys are awaiting a written report from a forensic neuropsychologist who evaluated Sarah Grace in August. That report is expected shortly after Christmas. Now, let's pause there real quick because I want to say something about that. Oh, Chrissy, thank you for the super chat. And Chrissy said, I'm still sore, but I have a meeting tomorrow. And then I was invited to a podcast tomorrow night that my singer, the song I sang, comes on it a lot. And Tuesday, I find out that they got the cancer and the surgery. Oh, so a couple of things here. A, definitely keep us updated, Chrissy, on the what you find out with your results. And B, what is the podcast that you're going to go on? Because you, in the video that you did, and help me out here, Chrissy does like music therapy, I believe it is, or whatever. My barber's wife does, that's what her profession is, if that's the correct thing for it. But you're a really good singer, Chrissy. I was like, wow, girl, you can like sing. So I'm curious to know what podcast you're going to be on because that would be interesting to catch. So, and thank you again for the super chat, Chrissy, and thank you for keeping us updated on your journey. So here's my thing with Sarah Grace. The way they're like, hey, we're both the prosecutor and defense are ready to go to trial, right? Hey, hairball. Except for the whole neuropsychologist thing. I think that will be what delays it. I think something will come back, and that's going to be like, it's almost like one of them's calling a bluff, and I think it's the defense, and they're going to get that, and they're going to be like, oh, well, hold on, we found out this. We want to change it to blank something, right? Like maybe they're trying to force something. I feel like it's strategic. I feel like, oh, thank you, New. I feel like it's so fast for this to go to trial, right? I'm just like, this didn't this happen like last week, right? I mean, I'm being dramatic, obviously, but you see what I'm saying? So I feel like there's some kind of strategy going on with that. So if it is January 5th and it really happens and they start doing jury selection and we have, opening statements a couple of days later, obviously we will 100% be streaming that. I do not think it will happen though. I don't think it'll happen. The way that this year has gone, it's like, hey, Casey. Yeah, it is. I actually got my she asked if my tattoo was healing, and I had a thing over here where the second skin, I had a reaction to it, but it's almost healed now. So thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well. So I'm just doing saran wrap next time. The way this last year has gone with the getting delayed, getting this with that, and I err on the side of it ain't happening. It ain't happening, right? I'm like, you need to have the jury seated and doing opening statements, and I'll believe it because anything can happen. Thank you, Emily. I appreciate you. So we'll see. So there's that. So we will be on the lookout for that. If that happens, like I said, we will 100% stream it. 50% stream it. Because I want to see what her story is. I don't know how you can get out of it. It's so evil. And what I mean by that, obviously you kill your parents, well, it's evil. But in the way of like her seeking attention the way she did, if she did this and the going out there and the fake crying and all the like, it reminds me so much of that girl, what's her name, Michelle something, that convinced her boyfriend to get in the truck and unalive himself with the exhaust or whatever. And then she planned his like funeral and did all this type stuff until they looked at the text messages and were like, she completely convinced this kid to like do this. You know what I mean? It's that kind of an energy or whatever. Very frightening, very scary. Okay, please hold. Okay, now this one I didn't have on the thumbnail as far as people go, but I want to talk about it. And that is Courtney Clenny, the OnlyFans model. Now, allegedly, we're going to go through this. She is allegedly going to be trial, and the judge is like firm April. We'll see, and it's like April 26th or something. So, pardon me. Again, believe it when I see it. 100%. But the judge, I feel like at a certain point with these things, the judge is like, y'all, this has gone on for years, right? So the judge is going to be like, we got to go. So she was back in court a second time. She was in there for a couple of things we're going to go over real quick. So I'm going to pull this up here. So let's see. So they did a motion to dismiss with government misconduct. Now I'm going to read the little bullet points here. So the defense argued that the state acted in bad faith by failing to preserve or intentionally deleting video evidence taken by a building employee who entered the apartment before police. And they alleged that a police officer ordered the deletion of the recordings, which could have shown the pristine crime scene. Now, the state said the prosecution contended that there was no evidence of bad faith, and the witness, the person they were coming in there, was not a government actor. So the state argued that the defense failed to meet the high burden required for a, quote, young blood violation, destruction of potentially useful evidence. Then her bond reconsideration, they're like, no, sorry, honey. Now, there's new expert evidence, and the defense introduced a report from, I think his name is Dr. What does it say? Dr. Webb. This is a forensic expert, or whatever. I'm sure we'll see him in trial. And they estimated that the time of injury. So remember, he died. He bled out, right? Her victim, her boyfriend, her alleged victim. He bled out. So they're saying that the estimated time of injury is within seconds of the 911 phone call. And they argue that that supports a manslaughter theory rather than second-degree murder. Now, also her attorneys are like, look, she's completely broke now. Her home's in foreclosure. All of her accounts are closed. Like, she's devastated. So, like, the state's been like, oh, she has all this money to come, and do this and do this. She's flight risk. And they're like, she doesn't have any money anymore. Right. So basically the judge denied both of those motions. Right. And was like, sorry, nope. Now the trial is set for April 27th. The upcoming deadlines are January 20th, and the state has to respond to motions to suppress and motions to compel by mid-January, with a follow-up status hearing scheduled for January 20th. So that's where we're at with that. So again, there's still motions being filed, things going on. People are putting their shoes on. But again, this case has gone on and on and on and on. And I am dying to see it. My personal take on it, and if you followed me for a while, you already know, but for those who might be new or whatever, she's saying it was self-defense. She's trying to say he was abusive, this, that, and the other. I was whatever. And I think she's trying to say she threw the knife or something crazy like that. I think she had been on a binge. I think her behavior shows that she definitely had some form of substance abuse problems, and that she probably went off the deep end. Also, the evidence that we've seen so far of like video stuff and witness testimony and things like this is she was incredibly jealous and incredibly, I would use the word paranoid over him, the victim, the boyfriend, talking to women, talking to other girls, looking at other girls. There's evidence of like when they would go to I forget where it was, Vegas, and she caused this huge scene there. And because she thought he was looking at this and doing this and blah, 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 all this kind of stuff. And I think something of this flavor came out, and she flipped out and she killed him. Right now, there's tons of video evidence of her being the aggressor. There's elevator footage. There's lots of stuff of her beating the when I say beating the ever living, out of him, I mean, she's being rough, but this was a big muscular man. So she wasn't like, she couldn't really budge him. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of the bruises and stuff she would have on her were from her doing this and him trying to get her off of him, if that makes sense. Because there's one where she's beating on him and pulling his hair in the elevator, and he's pulling her off of him. And I'm like, oh, this is how she's getting bruised. Because she did a photo shoot somewhere. They went somewhere, and she's covered in these weird bruises. And to me, she looked like she hadn't showered. Her lips are cracked, like she'd been up snorting all night long. I mean, it just was yikes. Her in court, which we've seen this too with Sarah Boone and whatnot, her being in court and not get it, she was doing filler, all that stuff, whatever, is the healthiest looking. When I say that I've seen her, clearly I didn't know her, whatever, but from the historical narrative of the evidence that we've seen of her from the body cam footage, the interviews with the police, this is the healthiest she looks, right? So it's being sober, not getting all the little whatever she's getting done has been good for her. Clearly, she doesn't want to go to prison for the rest of her life. So she's going to do what she has to do. That's not a surprise. So, end of January, we'll hopefully get a real firm date on that April. Now, hold on one second, please. Let's see here. You got Sandy and Stephanie say like a young Sarah, but yeah, exactly. Because Sarah Boone, again, when we looked at it again with where we met Sarah, which was that initial body cam footage and then the infamous interrogation, I should say, compared to where we left off with her essentially in court, night and day, right? You can tell that the sobriety, I mean, she looked healthy. She looked good, right? I mean, granted, we could argue about the shoulder pads and the 80s, working girl lunch energy she was giving. But as a person, as a human, compared to where she was at, it's like, oh, girl, yeah, you look way better, way healthier, way just filled out. Like, you look good. And so, yeah, same thing with Courtney. Hey, Carly. Hey, Katie Cap. So there's that. Now let me get rid of that one so I can keep up with myself here. So we got that. Boom. Okay, so let's talk about all the stuff that's been going on with the Reiner situation. So now I pulled this up over here because this was interesting to me. Okay, so 2 hours ago, like the thing for today has been Rob Reiner's daughter, Romy. Now remember, she found her parents dead. Quote, lived in fear of her brother, Nick, leans heavily on brother Jake after the grisly murders. And this is like the circulating things. I'm just going to read through this real quick. This is a page six article by Vanessa Cerna, published on the 21st, so today. And it says, Rob Reiner's daughter, Romy, reportedly lived in fear of her older brother, Nick, before he allegedly killed her parents. Quote, it feels like Romy has been scared of Nick since she was a child, an insider told the Daily Mail Sunday. Even before his drug addiction, his outbursts were frightening because they seemed to come out of nowhere. She tried to stay out of his way as much as she could, but it wasn't easy. Let me scroll down. Shoo-ba-doo. Please help. The source alleged that Romy, who will be celebrating her 28th birthday, so on December 27th, so many December birthdays here, so only 28 years old, God bless, didn't think, and this is quote, didn't think it was a good idea for Nick to be living in their parents' guest house. Quote, she didn't even like the idea of him living across the street from her, the insider claimed, explaining that the internet personality lived next door to her dad, Rob, and mom, Michelle. Quote, but she knew they moved him in so they could keep a close eye on him and give him a roof over his head, the source said. There were plenty of times when Romy would be upset with Nick, and naturally that made her much closer to Jake. According to the source, Jake, who's 34, allegedly felt similar, I can't say the word with the L-Y, felt the same way about Nick. And Romy was able to talk about it when she didn't want to burden her parents. She and Jake are numb right now, the insider claimed. Then, despite allegedly fearing Nick, Romy attempted to help her brother in ways she could and would refer to him as her best friend, according to the source. Anytime that her parents looked overwhelmed or asked for help, Romy and Jake were there for Nick. It wasn't perfect by any means, but she never disowned Nick, the insider added. A rep for the Reiner family wasn't immediately available to talk to page 6. Okay, so let me come back over to y'all real quick. Shoo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Boom, get rid of that. Okay, so here's the thing. So we've learned so far with that number one, he was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and this is a minute ago, right? And on medication and whatnot. Seeing a psychiatrist, doing medication changes, and allegedly these like really just did not do well for him. The medication switch, whatever, was not good. Right now, I've gone back. I've heard everything under the sun you can imagine from different vantage points of attorneys and whatnot of how this could play out. Right, the obvious speculation is he's going to plead guilty by reason of plead not guilty by reason of insanity. Alan Jackson is his attorney. Alan's already working on he can't come to court right now. He's not cleared, all the things, whatever, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I've seen from some people saying like, "Oh yeah, you know what? If this could be a good case for this." Others like, "Yeah, this is gonna be really hard." Like, I mean, they've hit him with first degree murder charges. He's going and doing this. There's premeditation. There's this. There's that. I think at the end of the day, and again, this is so early in the situation. Whether it's a prison or an institution, I don't think he will be in the streets again. Right. Um, I don't think he'll be out again. I think he was incredibly unwell. Learning about the diagnosis, the medication situation, the this, that, the other, right? And Katie Cat says, I don't think he'll make it a trial. He'll take a plea deal. You know what? Now that we're learning about this, all the nuances to it, I agree with you. Because again, we're talking about Hollywood, we're talking about money, we're talking about major movie. If Alan Jackson jumped all over that place, right? I don't know how he got up with him. I don't know if he's getting paid, if it's pro bono. I don't know what the situation is. But this is major. Okay. So I personally could see something playing out like that, where a plea deal is struck. He's going to do this and be sentenced to, if it's prison, it could be whatever. And Hairball says he might be declared incompetent to stand trial. Yeah. Right. So this is going to be this will be very interesting in this context. Now, on that note, and I'm going to pull it up just so I can give you proper dates and whatnot. Because again, whenever we talk about, let's see here, let me type it in. Whenever we talk about guilty but not not guilty by reason of insanity, Andrea Yates always comes up. Okay, so there is a new thing coming out. It's called The Cult Behind the Killer, the Andrea Yates story. And I'm not sure what it is. It's investigation discovery. It's some kind of new situation, new show, whatever. So if you are interested in her case, it is coming out. And let's see when it is. Please hold. 1 week ago. Here we go. Oh, now this should be good. Andrea Yates case ID docuseries claims cult preacher influenced the mother who drowned 5 children. The Cult Behind the Killer, ID Channel's latest true crime deep dive, January 6th. Okay, so this is going into the context of maybe the church they belong to, the preacher, et cetera, et cetera. So we need to check. That's going to be interesting. So stay tuned on that one is what I'm getting at. Hold on, I'm going to take a sip, so I'll mute you. Let me tell you what, nothing like a good little cup of coffee in the evening times. Are any of y'all like this? Let's take a sip of Sidebar for a second. Are any of y'all like this where, and I don't know if it's my ADD or whatever, but like if I wake up, pardon me, say, and I wake up a couple of times throughout the night, but like there will be one wake up where it's almost like this is my first wake up of the day, right? Hey, Altra, it's good seeing you. And it's usually 3:30 in the morning. We're going to take the boys out, do all the things. If I have coffee and then sometimes I'll go ahead and have my oatmeal, then it puts me back to sleep for a little bit. It literally is almost like like another sleeping pill or something. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. You would think it would be the opposite effect, right? But also, I mean, I drink tons of coffee throughout the day, so I don't know. The caffeine has this, whatever. Oh, now you know what? No, I don't know if you're talking about the same situation. Are you talking about the Amish lady who we saw recently, who had drowned her baby in the lake and they were there? And like, she was like, my husband died too. And she was like, kind of talking all sorts of, there was definitely something going on. I forgot about that case. Does anybody know the name of that? If that's what you're talking about, you might be talking about Andrea Yates. I'm not sure. That's who we were talking about a minute ago. Just Joe says I drink coffee at 2 a.m. every night to get back to sleep. So it's not just a me thing. Okay. This is a symptom of ADHD. Okay. Interesting. It's a symptom of ADHD. Okay, well, I must have it real bad because I'll have it. Here's my thing. Like, I can have it in the morning. Like, I literally have had probably 5 cups of coffee today, right? Caffeine and stimulants calm the ADHD. Okay, so yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I have ADHD. Everybody's like, we couldn't tell. No, really. I love it. You don't say, Paul. Oh, goodness gracious. We never would have guessed. Oh, Lord. I tell you what, it keeps us entertained, right? It definitely keeps my days going. It just was a shocker. But I think, too, like with the ADHD stuff or whatever, it's like, you know how like if somebody's like on your vibe with that, you get it, so you're drawn to that, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, it's funny. So okay, let me see what else I have to go over here. Oh, now I have not gone over this yet. I'm going to be working on this tomorrow. It's not really an update, but it is what it is. Okay, so Anna Kemper case. They did the custody hearing, another custody hearing, where her 18-year-old, the 18-year-old got in the stand and was talking about being taken out of high school against his will, basically, by the mother. Did anybody watch it the other day? I was gonna do a rewatch with it, but we just never got around to it, and things got busy or whatever. But I'm gonna work on the video for it tomorrow and go over that. So we'll see. Now, so this is where we're at with this, and I want to ask you a couple of questions because we're basically now at like we could do the JP Miller, but it's only 7:30. So I want a couple of questions here though before we do that. Okay, hey, you two bad actors, how's it going? Has anybody been keeping up with, dare I say this, the Gypsy Rose stuff going on? Has anybody been watching that, right? I have not. I've been literally talking back and forth with somebody all day long, all weekend long about the videos, but I have not sat down and completely watched them. I've just seen snippets of them on TikTok and whatnot. And I haven't listened to her jail phone calls. I've just seen some of the snippets, and I'm like, what is this? So then I've gotten these deep conversations with like, oh, this stuff is twisted. Okay. Now here is the thing. So apparently all these videos have been released. And I believe the channel that has them is called Into the Weeds. Okay. So if you want to go there, check out their stuff or whatever. Okay. So there's like phone calls and then these videos where, and again, I have not done the deep dive on it yet, but my understanding, help me out here, is this character that she played with Nick. Remember, Nick is her co-defendant who is in prison like for the rest of his life for killing her mother. It was like this, adult relationship that they had with one another of like I don't know what you would call it. I don't want to like put any labels on it or whatever. And somebody be like, no, that's not that kind of fetish or whatever. But it was something, okay, where she played this kind of character. If you know the name of it or whatever, drop it in the comment section, right? But it was like this, I don't know how to describe it, but she would wear a wig and do all this kind of stuff or whatever. Okay, so, and this was like kind of alleged that this is how she kind of manipulated Nick into like killing her mother, I guess you could say. Long story short, the videos are creepy. She's talking about creepy stuff. She's talking about a lot of like, and okay, so out of her mouth is BDSM. Okay. So it's this kind of a situation, definitely role play. Thank you. These are the words I couldn't find. Role play type thing or whatever. But a lot of the stuff she's saying apparently is like really like, oh my God, like way over the top, right? Okay. So today I was talking, and let me tell you her name. She's on Instagram. Hold on. So you can follow if you're into makeup and stuff like that. Love her stuff. Love her stuff. Love her stuff. Okay. DODGYGRL, Dodgy Girl, Lindy. Okay. So big following on the Bailey Sarian follows her. I was like, girl, You got Bailey Sarian following you? Very impressed. Does really cool makeup, like just like really cool stuff. Anyways, so we've been talking, and she was just like, I was thinking about it and watching these videos, and she was like, I don't understand how um Gypsy doesn't seem to be hiding. Like, where is she filming these? She's not like being quiet. She's not being this. Like, if this situation is going on in the house. And I was like, yes, I need to watch these because that's a really good point. So I've been talking to a few other people and going back and forth. And I'm going to sit down and try and watch them again. There's tons of stuff I want to see. But I haven't paid attention to the Gypsy Rose stuff. Hairball says Gypsy didn't learn that from her Disney princess movies. And yeah, Sandy said, and let me first scroll up here real quick. I just caught that comment. Sandy said, and this is something that somebody told me today too about the videos, saying that Nick could R her daughter when the child turned 12 or 13 blew my mind. I mean, y'all, this is the kind of stuff that, hey, Jackie, it's out there stuff, okay, that you're like. So here's the next question too. And this is a conversation I kind of left off with a couple of people today. If we're seeing all this stuff come out, why do we think, and all the stuff that gone on before, and I don't know the whole rabbit hole to it of like how the public kind of turned on her. It was like, wait a minute, she's not a victim, she's this and that, and blah, 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 blah. Why do we think that the detectives, she didn't get charged with more? You see what I'm saying? Like, how did she not get more? If that makes sense. Because of like seeing some of this stuff, it was like, okay, well, I don't understand how she got away with the little amount of time that she did. Did they need her testimony? Was it always just framed hardcore that she was a victim? But I guess looking at it, it's like a lot of this evidence has come out. It's like, oh my gosh, like yikes, right? Let's see what it says. Okay. Oh, thank you, Emily. The district attorney was up for re-election. Okay. She's it's how did she get parole? And I think parole, I think she literally got it like she didn't get it was almost like even if she did the rest of her time, it was like 2 more years. Correct me if I'm wrong here. Hold on. Yes, the mom was maligned. She was a grifter, but much has been proven untrue that the defense put forth. And a judge and jury never saw the evidence. She got a plea deal. So why do we think that she got a better deal than Nick? Because allegedly Nick is the only one who had hands on with the unaliving. Now I've seen other stuff where people are like, no, she had to have gone back in there, and I don't know enough about what I've seen yet to really properly cite it right now. But just like okay, I've seen enough to know that this theory is out there that, oh no, she went in and helped, or like he did whatever and she went in to finish her off, or she took a few stabs at her or something, right? But definitely the public narrative that like we have been told that I knew of the case, all this type of stuff, whatever, was that she was 100% a victim of her mother, held captive, befriended this boyfriend. He came down, he unalived the mother, and they ran off. And she didn't, have anything else done, right? And so then all this coming back out is like, whoa, it's fascinating. So I haven't paid much attention to it, but literally so many people have been like talking to me about these videos that have come out. It's one of those things where I'm like, okay, I need to look at these videos, right? Like for myself, besides just like a TikTok scroll of them, you know what I'm saying? Because like the TikTok scroll is like the most salacious, where you're just like, huh, what? Okay, what? But and whatever the phone call was, the jail phone call or whatever. But I haven't kept up with like her TV show or her on social media, or like I just kind of lost interest with it. I was just like, okay, this is just it is what it is, right? So we'll see. So thanks, Kelly the kitty. I appreciate that. Merry Christmas to you as well. So I'm curious just to see and to kind of just put my feelers back out there to see like where are people at with this, like because and all the same content might be going on about it, and I just haven't paid attention to it for a while, right? So we'll see. You treat stuff. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, so we're gonna do the JP Miller, and then we'll kind of just talk a little bit after that or whatever, and kind of like about what's coming up this week and the holidays and Christmas and New Year's and all the fun stuff. Okay, so JP Miller. Now, this man's gotten away with so much. Okay, so JP Miller is a former pastor from South Carolina, and his wife, Micah Miller. Now, the official story that's out there right now is that Micah Miller went to the state park in North Carolina and took her own life. Okay. So that's he hasn't been charged with her murder. There's that. Okay. He has been charged with something else. This is federal. So, number one, cyber stalking, count one. Prosecutors said that between November 2022 and April 2024, Miller used electronic services to harass, intimidate, and place Micah under surveillance. And the allegations include, number one, sending unwanted and harassing electronic communications, threatening to use and actually posting a nude photo of Micah online without her consent, placing tracking devices on her vehicles and damaging them, and slash her tires, etc., interfering with her finances and daily activities. Number two, false statements to law enforcement, count two. Miller's accused of lying to investigators, specifically claiming that Micah called him more than he called her, when records show he called her at least 50 times more, and denying that he used tire deflation devices on her car. So April 27th, 2024 is when she died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Now, this is 2 days after serving JP with divorce papers. Now, the authorities found no direct evidence of homicide, and the indictment focuses on the coercive control and abuse that she went through leading up to this. Okay. Now, hold on 1 second. Let me take a sip of this. I gotta mute you real quick. Hold on. Okay, thank you. Sorry. Please help. Thank you. Wait, where is that? What am I doing? What am I doing? Now, there's all sorts of just stuff leading up to this. We're talking about, domestic violence stuff. This JP Miller is insane. Okay. I mean, crazy. So when this happened, he went to, he was the pastor at the time. And in their congregation, at the very end of it, he's like, oh, yeah, by the way, I don't want anyone to talk about this when we leave, but Mike is dead. And it's like, what? Huh? And then this is when it blew up. And I'm kind of giving the perspective of the general public, like me, who had no idea about this case, blows up. And we start seeing, I mean, y'all, all the footage of him doing the it's pastoring, whatever you want to call it, preaching. Yeah, I mean, this guy's crazy. Okay. This is my take. So there's two, if you're not familiar with this case, there's two trains of thought here. Okay. Well, there could probably be three, whatever. Let's say three. Okay. Number one, Micah, just what it says. Micah goes to the park, unalives herself. There's that. Boom. Number two, JP was there and did it somehow, or had somebody else involved that killed her, right? Okay. Number three, and this is kind of where I reside over here. Okay, she might have done this, but it's because he did so many horrible things to her, and basically just, I don't know what you would call it, mentally and emotionally abused her to the point where she had in her world, was like, I don't know what else I can do. This guy's, I can't get away from him. I can't escape him. He is going to continually just destroy me and my family. I am at my wit's end, right? And I no longer know what to do. At minimum that, right? So because he's never been charged and they've never had any kind of evidence, this to me is the closest they're going to get. And so you would pray that he gets found guilty and then has the book thrown at him over it. Now, here's the other thing. So all sorts of different videos have come out of him. Well, what I would like to say is the most famous that I think represents JP Miller, what a day in the world would be like. You know how I'm always talking about when you're dealing with these crazy narcissistic people and stuff like that, and I'm like this, I'm like, imagine how these people act over spilled milk. Brace yourselves. Imagine this man right here Imagine this man right here, and then having to act like, he'd be like, "Come on, baby, why aren't you attracted to me?" I mean, honey, did we see what you did in the grass? No, absolutely not. Oh my God, absolutely not. Okay, so let me find it. I have it pulled up over here. It goes. This guy's just okay. Hold on, I'm gonna please help. Now get your okay. So before I do this, fix your if you're listening to a like I am, it's getting ready to be loud. I don't know what it's going to be like if it's on your TV, right? But just know that your ears are getting ready to be blown out. Okay, so prepare yourself. It's been a minute. Last time I watched it was with y'all, so it's been a minute. Yeah, I'm talking. If you haven't seen this, y'all, the cringe, you're gonna be upset with me. You're gonna be like, Paul, why did you hate me? Like, why did you make me watch this? It's so bad. Okay, so this is JP Miller. This is a neighbor approaching him with a video camera. JP basically, this isn't Mike. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is not Micah. This is like somebody else. Or is it Micah? This is whose house he's at, where they're separated and he wants to come get the boys. And he is pretending to have a fit in the front yard and some kind of reaction to drugs. Okay. This is how this man operates. Here we go.
JP.
It's so bad, y'all.
You okay? Huh?
I can't.
You okay?
Can y'all hear me talking like this? Does it like cancel the other sound out?
What's the matter? You switched my medication. Makes me go crazy. Is somebody helping you? Oh, okay.
This is so bad, y'all.
Okay. But you got Mark coming? Somebody called me.
I cannot.
Okay. So,
I can't. When he does that thing right there, we're like, y'all. Okay. Also keep this in mind, y'all. Neighbors stepping over him, honey. This is just another Tuesday afternoon in this neighborhood with this man, right? Honey, they have seen this before multiple times.
it's biting me everywhere. Is your medication something they gave you? Yeah. Can you want me to make sure Mark's coming? But somebody's called him, right? Across the street called. Okay. All right. Hey, Jake.
They're not checking his pulse. They're not, can you breathe okay? Can we get down next to you? Nothing. Okay. They have seen, y'all. This is so bad. I know Nikki says I'm so grateful for the neighbor filming it. I mean, honestly, y'all, amen. But the neighbor knew. He's probably documenting this. He's probably like, look, this is the third time this week. The other day he was peeing in his pants out by the mailboxes, right on the ground for 2 hours. Today it says, I don't know what it'll be tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it'll be.
I think Mark is coming. Mm-hmm. I had him try to get in touch with him again to make sure.
I forgot that we called him Beaker.
Okay. Huh? Ants fight me. There's ants all over me. Feels like there's ants on you? There's no ants on you, though. It's just, maybe that's how you feel, but there's none on you. There's none on the grass. What kind of medicine do they have you on? All right, well, somebody's going to come. Okay.
Okay, wait, hold on. Stephanie says, I had an wait, hold on, let me scroll back up because this is exactly what's going on. I had an abusive ex that would pull this crap, a medical emergency I had to pay attention to. 100%. Like literally, when you want to talk about gaslighting 101, this kind of this has to be beyond narcissism. This to me would be your standard textbook stuff right here. Whatever he's trying to get, he's gonna pull this number. Because again, if you can't imagine this, imagine you came out, you lived in a neighborhood like this, you can see your neighbors, and like you're coming out, and your neighbor's pulling this on the ground, and it's completely abnormal, honey. You'd be on the phone with 911. You wouldn't be talking about his Mark on his way over, stepping over him to go like talk to the neighbor, right? This is like this would be so shocking to you. You would immediately be on the ground. Oh my God, are you okay? Where are the ants? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. They're calm. They are not bothered by this. And it's probably eating him up. He's like, I've got to go with it. I've got to sell this now. I'm down here on the ground. She won't bring the kids out. I'm going to make them come out. I'm going to make them pay attention to me.
Okay.
Oh, he's there. He's panting hard. Look at him. Got the glasses on. Do we think he believes it himself?
Do I need to call 911? Do I need to call the medics? Yeah, we got somebody coming. You want some water or anything? You want some water? Yeah, he said okay if you got a little bottle of water.
He's like, well, you got a Coke Zero, maybe a straw or something? The way he sucks his breath in like a little 5-year-old. Natalie from South Park. Hey, Tori. Hey, Big Bad. Oh, what are you doing to us?
I don't know. I think they changed his medication or something, he said. And he said like ants was crawling on him and stuff. So I got somebody coming. Okay. Yeah. I live across the street. Back over here. Oh, okay. So
again, let me know if I can do
anything. Okay, I think he's here's some water.
I think he's
JP.
okay.
You want some water?
Oh my God.
You want to try to sit up? You want to try to sit up, or you want to put it to your mouth, or what? I'll be out in a few minutes if you need it. Okay.
The other neighbors is going back home. Oh my God. Gonna make him sit there and feed him the water. Waterboard him.
Not enough, you want more?
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. The way he looks like, the body the paint where they do a dead body on the ground. His body's like, that's the position he's in. I just want to see Jesus.
If Mark can't make it quick, you want me to get your mom over here? Crazy. Always told him I didn't get on medication, and this is what it does. Crazy. Oh. I can't sleep. I can't do nothing. Oh, I feel like I answered my ass.
They say ants in my ass. Then he just falls. He cried himself to sleep. He just passed out. Meep meep. Okay, hold on, y'all. Okay, here's the I'm sorry again. We're due. It's almost like once a year we're due for that video and Sarah Boom, right? It's like you just Sarah Boone's usually a couple of times a year. I mean, let's be honest. Okay, for those who might have come to the tail end of that, that's JP Miller, and this is like to me, whenever I want to explain JP Miller, I'm like, this is JP Miller, right? This is who this man is. This is really him. What was going on? My understanding, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, is that I don't think it was Micah's house. Whoever he has kids with, he was going there. They were separated. And to me, what I think, like just to sum it up, was he was wanting to get the kids. They were separated, and this was his cheap way of causing a scene to like get back together. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's my thing too. If I had gone through, if I pulled that number right there and you showed that to me, I would have been like, let's say this is his house, whatever. Oh, honey, the house is going for sale tomorrow. I won't step foot outside of this. I could never look these neighbors in the face again, right? Do you know how humiliating that would be? And again, the fact that the neighbor his voice is not elevated, he is not excited, he is not stressed, he's stepping over JP. You know, the other neighbor casually walking up, I think he's okay. They are not fazed by this. They are not fazed by this one bit, right? Imagine what living with this man, dating this man, marrying this man would be like. I shudder to think of the pure living hell that he put Micah through, that he put honestly, any of these women he is with. How he landed the current one he's with all this being out here, right? What he did to Micah. Also, you got me. You got me. I have no words. No words. Oh, what you doing over there, buddy? I can't. So that right there. Oh, honey, he drove that woman absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. And this is the thing too. So like this is what you're seeing. He was seen. Yeah, he totally groomed her. Because was she, remind me again, how old was she? Wasn't it her whole family that he groomed? I mean, the story, the story of what he did, and probably to many other people too, is insane. Right? It's one of these things where once you start peeling back the layers of all that he did, she's just like a kid. And honestly, through this church, right? Now, I'm not trying, I don't know this church. Wasn't his dad, something up with his dad before this? It's crazy. It's crazy. And like my understanding is basically what he would do is he would find, let's say, a vulnerable person and family. It was giving very much abducted in plain sight. He would find a vulnerable person, a vulnerable family, and kind of do what he did, right? She's 14, 15. Okay. He was married when he started grooming her. That's right. And wasn't the woman he was married to the woman who's how like the situation where we were just watching, that's who it was, or was it a different woman totally? Yeah, I mean, this case is like it kind of went quiet on some level because it just, it just went away, right? Hold on, I'm gonna mute you while I take a sip. Hold on. That's right. His new wife was his mistress, Forever says. Her husband died. That's right. Her husband died by being pushed into a pool in his wheelchair. Again, y'all. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. No. Yeah. Remember that movie? Do y'all remember Monkey Shines, that movie? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it's giving Daybell for sure, right, Nikki? It literally, y'all, this case goes on and on. It's like one of those things where you unearth it and you're like, how have these people gotten away with this for so long? Right. And again, and Mike is just another casualty of it. And they just kept on going. Get her out of the way, keep on going. I mean, just repulsive. But I mean, this is what he's doing. It's like this is who this man is. It's just So we'll see what happens. So again, I pray they can get more charges against this man. But if they can, I don't know what the max charge is for these. I hope he gets every bit of it. Imagine him in prison. Can you? No, he won't last one day because he'll be doing that. Imagine him, a guard telling him what to do, and that he's in. Is he in jail? I don't think he is. Or if he did, he bailed out. Let's see real quick. Hold on. What's his name again? Hold on. Listen to me. I already forgot it. Oh gosh, please hold. Oh, let's read the Department of Judge. Hold on, let's read those. I'm not a robot. Okay, hold on. Miller faces a maximum penalty of 5 years. This is per the United States Attorney's Office, District of South Carolina. Okay, he faces a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison for cyber stalking and 2 years in prison for his false statements. He also faces a fine of up to $250,000. His arraignment is scheduled for January 12th in federal court. Is Shayna watching? Shayna, can we? Shayna, if you're still watching, you might be asleep by now. Let me put in my thing. Can we go, Shayna, if you're watching? Is that something we can get into? Can you imagine? Hold on. Because is this the same place? Hey, Jessa, is this the same place that they're having Alec Murdoch's thing that we're trying to go to in February? Hold on, let me put this in my thing now. Let me tell you what. I would love to see this man get sentenced to prison. Let me put this in here, January 12th. You know I've got an appointment that. How does it always work out this way? Okay, where are we at? There we are. Oh, I know, right? I might have to. I'm gonna talk to Shannon tomorrow and see like can we even get in there to see it? Cancel ominous, I know, right? Can you imagine? Because that's like because federal court. I mean, we can't. They're not gonna have TVs in there. Hear me out. Merry early Christmas. Merry meowy early Christmas. I hope it's all going well with you. So yeah, we'll check in on that one because yeah, I would, man, I'd love to go to that trial. Now, let me tell you what, this is somebody who will drag this out and drag this out and drag this out, right? And here's the thing too, and this is usually, and this is my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if the feds bring charges up against you, they've got the evidence. Like they're not gonna like you are in trouble, right? It's not we might win the cases. Oh no, honey, we've got the evidence. We will win, kind of a thing. I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong. We'll see. Justice says, so willing to take a vacay for this one, right? So yeah, so we'll see with that one, and we'll be following up with that. So we've got January 5th, possibly Sarah Grace, then January 12th, JP. What's this going on? Hold on. And so yeah, so there you go. So let's talk about next week real quick. So we got Merry Christmas coming up next week. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to whatever everybody celebrates. And it is coming up. So I'll be doing a little wee bit of traveling, but coming right back very quickly. And so there's that. So I'm not sure how I don't know what will go on next week as far as like live chats and stuff like that or whatever. I know Nikki says, wasn't Diddy in federal court? I literally just saw that as soon as I said, oh, they have the all the stuff or whatever. And I'm like, and then of course you got the whole Diddy situation, right? So that being said, okay, we'll see what goes on with that. New Year's Eve, 3:00, myself, Tanika. Hold on. I always say it wrong. Myself, Tanika from Tanika's 2 Cents, Kathy from Gossip Rumor Innuendo, and Dr. Barry are going to be going live. We're basically going to be doing like a year in review and talk about cases and et cetera, and all that type of stuff. So there's that. So we'll kind of be doing stuff like that. So all that being said, we're going to go. Now, before we go, if you could, pretty please, don't forget to give the live chat a thumbs up, if you will. Oh, thank you, Hairball. I appreciate you. And Merry Christmas and Happy Christmas and all the fun stuff to you and everybody as well. Jackie said it would be fun to do a watch party of misery. I know. To me, y'all help me out. A couple of things there. So we're gonna kind of end, but I'm gonna talk about a couple like non true crimey stuff or whatever. So first of all, do y'all consider? I consider Misery a Christmas movie. Isn't that weird? And I think it's because it came out at Christmas time. I remember it coming on around there. And so I consider it like a Christmas movie. It's something I watch at Christmas. Isn't that just like whatever? So to me, it's a Christmas movie, right? And it's something I watch around at Christmas time. And I don't know why, but it is. So there's that. So glad to see other people feel the same vibe, right? Okay, y'all. I went to go see the other night, and I'm going to do a quick review of it on the movie channel. The Housemaid. Y'all, let me tell y'all what. I had not heard of this film, did not know anything about it. It was so good. Okay. I am talking good, like, whoa. Now, apparently, I have learned that it is derived from a book. I had no idea about this, didn't know. I'm sure the books are better, they always are. So I went into this blind. I was like, what's this movie? What's this story? What's this about? Who's this? Nothing about it, knew nothing about it. It's called The Housemaid. It is so good. It's a thriller. You read the book, Carly? Okay, so I'll be curious, Carly, to see your opinion on it if you see the movie, like what you thought of the movie translation. And, when I was sitting here, like, going to do a review, I'm like, there's so much of it that I'm like, you really can't even say because anything you say about it's like a spoiler alert, right? But I mean, essentially, it's about a woman who goes and becomes a housemaid for a wealthy family, and then all sorts of crazy stuff comes out, and it's this twist and turn. Oh, thank you for becoming a member, Cindy. And so this is the way that I describe it or whatever. Okay, so like, and I'll say this, was the movie at certain points predictable? Yes. Did that take away from not the cringe, but like, and I'm trying to think of a movie to explain it to you, the feeling that it conjures up in you. But it's almost like when you're watching something and they're showing you something that they're letting the audience in on so that the audience kind of knows, right? And okay, here's a good one. It's fun. Okay. If you've seen Flowers in the Attic, and we'll use this as an example. Flowers in the attic. Okay. So there's parts of the movie. I don't know why I just thought of that, but kids upstairs making all this noise, whatever. And you're sitting here and you're like, oh my God, don't let the kids don't make noise. She's going to come up there. You know what that's going to happen, right? Okay. So like that right there where you're watching and you as the viewer know like, oh my God, don't do that. You know what's going to happen if you do that. Within 15 minutes of this movie starting is that, okay? And it does not let up to the end of the movie. So I was literally sitting here. This is me. Oh my God. Don't do that. Don't look at him that way. Oh my gosh, why are you going there? You know what's going to happen if you do that. But there are twists and turns to it that I was like, oh, okay. No, I didn't say what? We're doing that now. However, the whole time you're like, I know something else has to be going on. Now, I will say this. Let me look at the dude's name that plays the main character because ooh, honey. Okay. The Housemaid cast. Okay, it's not cast. Okay, whatever. Please help. Okay, Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried. And excellent acting. Excellent. Everyone was great in it. Now, let me look up who the cast is. Please help. How do you find this on here? Why is it not obvious? Cast and crew, thank you. That should be way more obvious. Okay. Brandon Sklenar plays the main character. Okay. Yeah, got it. Okay, so he plays the main character. And yeah, he's woo. They don't leave much to the imagination with a lot of the actors and actresses. Let's just put it that way. So definitely a good movie. Definitely edge of your seat. Definitely like, oh my gosh, right? So there's that. So yeah, definitely check it out or whatever. But yeah, I'd forgotten about that because I wanted to do a little thing on it for the movie review channel. And I forgot to. Okay, yeah, he's totally hot, and I mean, y'all, I mean, he's doing like you see all of Mister what's his name. I was like, oh, hello, but and I see that I don't want to say anything else, but there's that. So yeah, you're going to see this week to see the house. Maybe saw previously last week. That's good, Pleasant. Yeah, you'll enjoy it. And again, I was just sitting there like, again, like literally in my whatever. It was, whoa. Okay. I know I won't read the book, especially now that I've seen the movie. And I can only imagine that the movie's is good. The book has to be utterly amazing. So I think, Carly, you said you had read the book or whatever. I'll be curious to see if you see the movie, what your vibe is. So yeah, that's it. So first of all, thank you, mods, for being here. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I'll be posting some like quick updates and stuff like that throughout the whatever. I'll be back in town by next Sunday, so we'll probably plan on doing our Sunday thing. And let me see when New Year's Eve is. Please hold. Oh, it's next Wednesday. Christmas Eve is the 24th. Christmas Day is the 25th. New Year's Eve is the 31st. Okay, got it. Yeah, so definitely this Sunday we'll be doing our regular stuff and going live and doing case updates. We'll see what happens. The court system usually obviously shuts down. It should be shut down this week. So we'll see what happens. And that's it. So I will go now. I love y'all. Thank you, mods, for being here. Thank you, squad, for being here. Thank you, everybody, for making the channel possible, for keeping it going. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, a like, a subscribe, make sure you're subbed. I do appreciate it. It helps us out tremendously here. So all that being said, y'all, I love you. Y'all have a good evening. Y'all have a wonderful Monday. Get all your shopping done. Be safe on the roads. And we will close out with Mr. Slow Morrison's Ode to the Sofa. And I will see what let me change it here. Let me add it. There it goes. And I will see y'all during the
The pillows are fluff thanks to Miss Emily. The couch is wide enough, join the family. It's all love while we laugh at Bert's criminalities. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup at hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Oh, please, the puppies need me. Ooh, oh, please, my body is rejecting none of that fancy credential stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup and hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Oh please, the puppies need me. Oh please, my body is rejecting none of that fancy credentialed stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup that hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough.